Buongiorno, friends of Watching Time. Today we speak about a watch that's already had quite some buzz around it. We're speaking about a new re-edition, or let's say the new iteration of a very classic look. The Seiko 6105, also known as Seiko Captain Willard or Seiko Apocalypse Now. This because it was worn by the protagonist of the movie, interpreted by Martin Sheen, in the movie Apocalypse Now. This is the green variation of the watch that is also available in black and with a metal bracelet, while this has a rubber strap and has been marketed in Japan for some time and then made its way to Europe, while as far as I know is not available yet in United States. So let's take a look to the watch that now is part of the Seiko Prospex line and has the code of SPB153 for this color. The price is 1,100 euro for this variation on the rubber and 1,300 euro for the one on bracelet. Today we change a little the format and we speak of the dial before going to the K-shape, that's the star of the program. So as you see, the dial has this olive green, sort of military green color with a sunburst effect. The date is at 3 o'clock and has this white color that integrates well with the white indices that are classic white indices of the Seiko Prospex line, similar to my Samurai. The ends have this sword shape and you will see in the macro that have two faces, so they play with the lights because they are not flat. The second hand, you will also see one of the characteristics of this watch is having this sort of traffic light aspect with a red dot and a white dot that will be Lume. All around this pretty clean dial, there are a minute track, very small minute hands, and as you see, the color change with the light and play with the lights. With some reflex, it look pretty dark. That can even be black or sort of dark gray. So here you see the dial in detail, very clean look, very legible. The indices are sort of applied, as I was saying. As you see, they are not really high on the dial. They are maybe half a millimeter out of the dial. But then you can see the glass. The glass of this watch is a sapphire glass, has this shape aspect, this dome aspect that is not curved, it's not completely curved, but form that sort of step, that sort of frog all around it with a sharp angle. Also, this gives like nice lights and nice movement to the dial. You can also see the three ends, how the second end has these two dots, red and white, and the minute and hour hand have this angle between the half of them that also gives different lights when you move the dial. Let's take a look to the bezel that has an aluminum insert and aligned perfectly at 12. It has 120 clicks and no backplay at all. Let's speak about what made this watch famous, and this is the case shape and the case size. It's 42.2 where the crown guard is not there, and then we have 20 millimeter for the strap size, 46 millimeter from side to side, so the watch remains very wearable for everybody. And then we have only 14 millimeters of thickness. It's also due of the curvature of the sapphire, as we said. Just to show you the quality of the finishing, both the polishing on the side and the brushing that you see on top. And I want you to focus also on the area that is in between the two parts that show really the quality that Seiko decided to put in this piece and in creating this. Also take a look to the perforated lugs that will allow you to change easily the strap. Just a fast look to the case back, which is obviously screwed down, and here all the specification, the 200 meter water resistance and the movement, 6R35, a medium level movement, 21,600 vibration per hour, and the usual engraving of Seiko Prospex Diver. So nothing really remarkable here. Oh, here it is, the watch again, with the most prominent feature, this shoulder that integrates the crown perfectly within the shape of the watch. The crown is still very reachable, is the right size to operate, and is very beautifully integrated in the watch. Super easy, as was saying, easy to open, perfect functioning, and so really great case design. So just a look to the strap of this watch. I remind you, this green version comes with the rubber Seiko strap, while the black one comes on the bracelet. This strap is one strap I've seen on other Seiko divers, as this finishing that's like a tire, a rubber tire strap, and is older with Seiko branding and also a Seiko branding on the clasp. The strap on the interior part has this rough finishing that probably can help with transpiration. Is soft but not too soft, so it gives a really a feedback of high quality. Very happy with the decision. At the end of the strap, there is again the symbol, the marker of Prospex Diver of Seiko. So now we take a look at how the watch looks in the night and then how it looks on my wrist. So here is the watch on this dim light. As you can see, the Lume bright is very nicely applied on all the markers and on the hands. Also the second hand with the small little dot in the traffic light second hand is moving nicely and is very visible. So as usual, Seiko did a good job in the loom. So here is the watch on my wrist. For your reference, my wrist is pretty small, it's 16 centimeter, that means like about 6 inches. But as you can see, the watch still, given the small lug-to-lug, looks well, even on the side. And interestingly, for somebody with my small wrist, I am not in the last hole of the strap. The store can fit even smaller wrist. And I think that given the construction of the case, it would be able to really fit even people with even smaller wrist than me. So this is all about the Seiko SPB153, the new version of an iconic design that's been around the last 50 years. So what are my considerations about this watch? I think that really the selling point is the design of the case. The design of the case is something that is going to be with us for other 50 years. And in this new version, the case size is make the watch easily wearable for everybody. Also, the strap is very good and is easily changeable for the perforated lug, and this type of watch can really looks good with a lot of other straps option, like with a NATO or something else. I also really liked the glass of this watch. The shape of the crystal on it is very peculiar and plays very nicely with the light on the dial. There are also some things I did not like about the watch. I think Seiko could do better is the movement. There is a good movement, but it's nothing special. And for the price, you could really expect something better because the Swiss movement of this range are nicer and better done. The case back is still really not peculiar and is something that you can find pretty much the same on a Samurai for one third of the price. So what are my final remarks about this watch? The case is great and the finishing is also great, but maybe if you just like the shape of the case, you can find it in a ton of other watches from micro brands, $200, $300. You can find plenty of watches with a similar shoulder on the case protecting the crown. But if you really want to go for the iconic look done by the iconic brand, this is definitely one of the best iteration of the iconic design of the Captain Willard because of the size and because of the finishing that is great and is not as expensive as the previous SLA that came 1 year or 2 years ago and was sold for over 3,000 euro. If you either love the movie or you love Seiko, then you should definitely buy this watch because it will always be present as one of the iconic. But if you just like the watch and you like the movie, then maybe move on to some of the thousand alternatives that you can find for a lot less money. So this is it for today. Please, if you like the video, put a like and subscribe to our channel. We are also present on Instagram and Facebook, and we always answer to our followers that either want to see one of our watches being reviewed or have any sort of question. So see you the next time. Ciao, bye, have a nice day.